Hey friends, and welcome to the Healthy Beyond 40 podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking about the holidays and I'm going to be giving some tips about mindset. And then at the end, I'm going to give you guys 5 very doable tips that you can enjoy this holiday season without the guilt or stress or that mindset where I'm just going to start over on Monday. So I'm going to give you guys some small doable shifts that you can pick from that you want to incorporate, because do not put getting off healthy. Start now. Hi friends, and welcome to the Healthy Beyond 40 show. I'm Michele, mama of 4 and military wife, and I'm passionate about helping women get healthy from the inside out so they can feel better and live their best life. Do you feel like you're struggling to lose weight and get in shape? If you're ready to develop healthier habits, exercise consistently, and lose weight sustainably, then you're in the right place. I combine my expertise from my doctorate in physical therapy to my experience as a health coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher to bring you actionable steps for a healthy lifestyle. No magic pill here, so lace up those shoes and get moving. All right, so first, before I dive into the tips, I really want to talk about mindset, because mindset is just really huge when it comes to doing something different. We have these pathways in our brain set up for what we already do. So to do something different can take a lot of work, and it starts by becoming aware of our thoughts. So I want you guys to keep in mind that the thoughts that we have create our emotions, right? So if I'm feeling like, I already messed up, I'm feeling that I'm not good enough, that I can't do this, then I'm going to keep doing those things that I don't want to do. When I have a long day and I've been stressed and I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm having thoughts that continue to create those feelings in me. And then it causes us to act a certain way. So I want you guys to become aware of your thoughts, because those thoughts are going to create your emotions. And some thoughts can be really rigid, but we can start to change our thoughts. We can start to see something else that is more true than what we're currently believing. And I love to do this with my clients. And I have this mindset work in my course, the self-coaching system. And it's really great for health stuff, for life stuff, for parenting. I always come back to when I'm feeling stuck or when I'm feeling frustrated or angry, I start to look at my thoughts to see, what am I thinking? Are those 100% true? What else could be true here? So I can get out of that rut that I'm in. And as we're sort of talking about mindset, the other thing I want to talk about is just managing our stress. As the holidays can become more busy, we can just feel more overwhelmed, more stress, family, food, parties, all these different things to go to. And we need a way to help regulate our nervous system. So one part of that is the thoughts. Like, what are you thinking about how busy you are? Because that thought right there can create more stress and more overwhelm. But also having tools like doing deep breathing is one of my favorite. Inhaling through the nose, allowing that belly to expand, and then slowly exhaling is a great way to instantly start to calm the nervous system. And you can do that anywhere. This is why I also like to do yoga, because I am not only doing exercise, moving my body, stretching, but it incorporates breath with it. The other tool I like to do that you guys have probably heard me talk about before if you've been listening is EFT, or tapping. And this is a great way to just calm the nervous system and to release some of those emotions that I'm feeling. So it allows me to be present instead of just being reactive and feeling off. But we have to take the time to do this little bit of mindset work or tapping or those different ways we want to regulate our nervous system. And I just want to pause real quick to tell you guys, if the holidays are zapping your energy, one of the things I like to do, I do it all year round, is have Organifi's green juice, because it's a super simple thing to do. It really doesn't add anything extra I have to do. I have this with my breakfast, and it has a clinical dose of ashwagandha, which is a stress adaptogen herb. So it really helps your body and the stress response. And it's a really nice caffeine-free way to just have more energy and to really support your body. I also really love their gold. I like the pumpkin spice flavor if they have it. They also have chocolate, and this is a good evening drink. It's a warm drink you have, and so it can be a great way to get some of the wonderful herbs that they have in it, like lemon balm and turmeric, and have a little sweet calming drink at night without the sugar loaded in it. So check the description down below and use the code HEALTHY20 to save 20% off. And you guys can use that code anytime you order. All right, so we sort of talked about mindset, our thoughts. We talked about emotions. So we have to have this strong base around our mindset, our emotions, our nervous system. That is the base before we can do anything else. And a lot of people want to skip over that. But we have to have that foundation of a regulated nervous system and a regulated mind. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So even if you're using these tools, you still might get stressed. You might get frustrated. You might have thoughts that are spiraling. But you have those tools to be able to pause and to come back to a more regulated space. The other thing I want you guys to keep in mind is really the long-term vision, right? When we're in the moment or we're at a party or we're faced with a pie or cookies in front of our face, we're not thinking long-term. So I want you guys to start to think long-term. How do I want to feel after Thanksgiving? How do I want to feel after Christmas? How do I want to feel going into the new year? Picture what that person looks like in your mind. If you have been successful these next couple months, what would she look like? What would she feel? Is she bloated and tired, or is she strong and she at peace with food? Is she keeping a long-term vision and choosing progress over perfection? So we have to be intentional. We have to take time to just sort of think about this, because the habits and the things that we're doing right now is where we are. But if you have a goal to get somewhere else, then you have to start doing those habits and thinking like that person who's already there, right? But you're not. So we have to imagine it. If there's a person who maybe is in better shape in a couple months, so that person has been working out, what does that person do? Is that person working out every morning? Is that person working out 5 times a week? Is that person making sure they're going for a walk at lunchtime every day? We have to think specifically, what is that person doing to get there? We have to think, what are they not doing to get there? What do we need to let go of? And I encourage you that if you need some help with structure and a really affordable way to have quick workouts, mindset tools, nutrition course, check out my Healthy for Life membership right now. It's only $25 a month and it is a one-stop shop. So if you guys are listening to this and you're not sure how to take that next step, then I encourage you to check that out. All right, so next I want to get into 5 doable tips to have a healthier holiday. And I'm going to give you 5 tips. This doesn't mean that you do all of them. Maybe you do. Maybe there are some you're already doing. Maybe there's some that you need to tweak. So I want you to make it your own. So after I give these ideas, and you've also heard the mindset pieces, maybe that's what you need to focus on instead. Really pause after this episode and think like, what do I need? What is going to help me get to that future person that I'm imagining? What would be some of these beginning habits she's doing? Because we don't have to do it all at once. We don't have to change to 10 new habits at once. It's going to be better if we start piece by piece, maintain consistency, and then add some more on. All right, so the first one is making sure that you're eating protein and non-starchy veggies first. So this helps to stabilize blood sugars. It helps to give us the nutrients that we need, and also to curb cravings. So non-starchy vegetables are ones that don't have starch. So this means no potatoes, no corn. Those are starchy and full of carbs. But when we have non-starchy veggies first, that really can help our blood sugar, and it really gives our body the nutrients and the phytochemicals it needs. So again, this isn't perfection. This may be, I really need to focus on this for breakfast or lunch or dinner. You could pick one meal. Maybe if you're sort of doing this already, maybe you're ready to do it at more than one meal. So make it your own. Number 2 is making sure that you're moving your body each day. So right now for me, one of my habits is that I move my body. So I'm either going for a walk or I'm doing a workout before I get on the computer or my phone. So when I wake up, I first do a Bible study and a devotional. And then since I homeschool my kids, I may go do our morning time with them. If I do that, I'm going to still work out before I'm even able to check my email or do anything else. So I am moving my body before I can get on my computer or phone. So I encourage you that moving your body may be a short walk. It may be a 10-minute strength workout, whatever it is, but move that body. We just feel so much better when we're intentional about that. And it also feels better just to have it sort of checked off the list for the day. The third tip is to pause and take some deep breaths. So this could be something you're going to start your day with. This could be something like when I'm feeling hungry, I'm going to pause and take a few breaths first. Or when I'm just going to reach for food, I'm going to pause, take some deep breaths, see if I'm actually hungry. When I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed, I'm going to pause and take a few breaths. So this one will look different in everybody's life depending what they need. The root is all the same. It's going to be deep breathing and calming and regulating our nervous system. So if this is one you think you need to add, think of specific times or actions when you're going to do this. Like when I'm stressed, before I eat, when I'm grabbing a sweet, whatever that is, that tends to be a little bit of a trigger for you. You can pause and take some deep breaths. And like I said earlier, we want that belly breath. So a lot of us tend to be chest breathers where we're just breathing through our chest. So we really want to learn to take that breath in. And at the very, when you've almost inhaled everything, that's when we should start to see the belly expand a little bit. And then when we blow out as slow as we can, I like to purse my lips. Then the belly goes in and then all the air comes out. So we want that movement in the belly, and that really takes some practice. So if you can't do that yet, don't worry about it. I remember one of my first yoga classes and they were doing the deep breathing and I could barely do a few breaths and I felt out of breath. So it definitely takes some training, but it really does help to regulate our nervous system. Tip number 4 is give yourself some grace. So if you're committed to morning workout and you missed a workout for some reason, or you went out to eat and there wasn't what you wanted, or you grabbed a treat when you really didn't want one, whatever that is, give yourself grace. Yes, be aware of it and be intentional about what you want to do next time. Maybe dig a little bit to what was going on and what can I do next time. But when we just stay feeling guilty, that just keeps us stuck. So give yourself grace and move on. Make a plan for next time. I find so many people just get stuck and then they sort of spiral out of control just because they couldn't give themselves grace or have compassion for themselves. Tip number 5 is plan your day. This is huge. So we don't have to plan it to a T, but we have to be intentional. So if you are planning to get a walk or a workout in, you need to plan when you're going to do that. You need to plan your meals. You need to plan downtime or rest time. Whatever those things are that you want to be intentional about, you have to plan it. So I sort of like to plan my whole week out. I keep a lot of things in Google Calendar, but I will write out on a paper calendar too what my week is looking like. And each day at night, I'm typically looking at the next day, seeing if there's anything else I need to do, setting alarms on my phone. How did we not live with phone alarms before? And I'm sort of set up for the next day. And I know what I need to be really intentional about. Because each day, my day is a little bit different. But I have to be really intentional to get those things that are most important done. And also have that time to have downtime or to go do something with a friend or to have a break. So take that time to plan your day, especially during the holidays when things are different. We can be intentional and it really makes a big difference. All right, friends, so you don't have to do everything perfectly. Do what's doable, find your starting point, pause after this podcast and really think, what is the 1 or 2 things that I need to work on? If you have more things, write them down and come back to those in another month or 2. But we have to start with small shifts. We have to start from a regulated nervous system and a regulated mind. All right, friends. And if you guys ever need extra support, just reach out to me and set up a free call. All right, guys, have a good week.